What motivated you to be a speaker?
Yeah, I don't think I ever woke up one day and was motivated to be a speaker. Like, I don't think that actually happened that way. As a lot of people know, I grew up on theater, in theater, performing on stage. So I think early on it was just a desire to talk in front of people, a desire to perform in front of people. I believe that's where it started. Then later, after I realized that I was going to have to get out of the performing arts industry for a little while because it wasn't paying the bills and taking care of my mom and my brothers, my sisters, and being the head of household, I needed to bring some steady income in. Couldn't find a job, so I ended up in the sales environment, which I say that by default because it was the default job then. It was the best thing that ever happened to me now. But it was the only place where I was hireable, was in sales. I found myself in 6 years working for this safety company, moving from a sales rep, being a divisional vice president of this company. And when I became a divisional vice president, my job responsibility was really simple. I had 9 states and about 1,500 people that I managed. I traveled from state to state to state, and my job was to go do workshops, seminars, training sessions, speak at rallies and corporate events, just to motivate, encourage, train, and develop the teams in the different areas to show them how to be successful. Well, as I started doing that, I found myself reliving my passion from being on stage, but better, because I was touching people in a way that I had never touched people before. I was changing people. So I think the combination of the love for being in front of people and then the passion that I developed for helping people doing that position tied together, it was the perfect combination for me to become a speaker. That's just, I guess, how it worked out.
How do you feel that growing up underprivileged has helped you in your career?
You know, the first thing would have to be humility. You know, when you've grown up with nothing, the one thing you do is have an appreciation for when you get something. I'm thankful to God every day for the blessings that I've received, for the things that have been bestowed upon me. I wake up some days and I actually look back at times in my life, pictures in my life, just to remind me of what life was like. The other part of it, though, is that it developed a hunger in me and a drive in me, an ambition in me. Because though growing up around an environment where you're not supposed to live to see your 21st birthday, you're not supposed to graduate high school, your buddies are getting killed or locked up, you know, when you grow up in a world like that, it's easy to become discouraged and think you're going to be a statistic. But if you don't start thinking like that, you develop this aggression to be successful. And I'm just thankful for that aggression, because even at this stage in my life, that hunger, that ambition, that drive, it never goes away. And I think the last thing is that at the end of the day, I can look anybody in their face and tell them, I started out from the bottom and was able to build something for myself that I can look back at and say is a good starting point for where I want to go. It doesn't matter where we start. It doesn't matter what cards we're dealt when we're born. We can change the dynamics of our lives and have anything we want. And I believe that. And I don't know if I'd feel that way if I'd started with something.
And what is the most satisfying part of what you do?
Just knowing you're touching people. You know, I mean, I don't think that this type of arena, this type of work is meant for everybody. Because if your passion is just to stand up and talk in front of people just because you like to hear yourself talk, I don't think this is the industry for you to work in. Honestly, when you become a consultant, when you become a life coach, when you become a speaker, a trainer, a motivational speaker, whatever we want to call ourselves, the bottom line is that you better have a great sense of satisfaction from the response you get from people when you do whatever it is that you're doing. And you know, when I speak, or when I'm doing a training, or when I'm talking to somebody one-on-one, and they tell me how my words or my message changed their life, that's what drives me to wake up every day and be better, do more, be more creative, and to build bigger so that way I can touch more people.
And we all want to know, what is your biggest motivation at this stage in your career?
It's to build something huge. I just want to build something huge. Not for the personal recognition of it, but for what it's going to mean to the world. You know, I'm a student, which means I study people who have built successful companies. I study people who have built successful organizations. I study people who have built successful churches. I admire any person who's taken something and built it to be a conglomerate. Because the benefit of that is not only are you providing a service to the community, regardless of what industry you're in, but you're also providing opportunity to so many people. Financial opportunity, growth opportunity, educational opportunity, just the doors you open up for people when you build something huge. And so my passion in life is to build something so big that I'm touching people through the service and through the company. And even after I'm gone, years and years and generations after I'm gone, that what I built will live on for legacies and legacies and legacies to come and continue to touch people and help people and enrich their lives.